Spoilers ahead. Watch out, and take care. The movie begins with explaining how humanity once ruled the Earth, but fell due to their arrogance. A man-made virus led to the rise of intelligent monkeys, while humans lost their intellect and speech. Amidst this chaos, an ape named Caesar became a hero, sacrificing much for his kind, and Caesar's funeral, where his friends honor him by lighting his pyre. Centuries later, apes have formed various clans around the world. Focusing on 3 young apes, Noah, Sona, and Anaya, who are part of the eagle clan. Their clan has a tradition: young apes must retrieve eagle eggs as a rite of passage. They must bring back 2 eggs from a nest, leaving 1 behind. The eggs are then cared for, until the eagles mature, and are trained for hunting. The 3 friends embark on their quest to find these eggs. They climb to the highest point in the forest, and find a nest with eggs. Since they can only take 2, Noah decides to search for a 3rd egg. He climbs a nearby cliff, to a sun eagle's nest. As he grabs an egg, the mother eagle attacks, causing him to fall. Noah manages to cling to an old building's ledge, and escapes. On their way back, the apes notice their horses are spooked, and Noah's blanket is missing. They follow a trail to an old railway tunnel, where they find the blanket. Sona bravely retrieves it, and they leave quickly. Their tribe has a strict rule against entering the tunnel, due to the fear of encountering humans, who they call echoes. Back in their village, Noah's father, Koro, is the chief. Their homes are built high up on wooden scaffolding, supported by electric poles. Noah climbs up to see his father, and places the egg in the nest. Koro notices human blood on Noah's blanket, and questions him about crossing the tunnel. Noah, scared, denies it. Koro gives the blanket to his eldest son, to investigate the source of the blood. At night, Noah hears a noise in the fish storage, and discovers a human girl hiding there. She pushes him away, and escapes into the forest, accidentally breaking the eagle egg Noah was carrying. Worried, Noah tells his friends he needs to find another egg before sunrise. Despite their willingness to help, he insists on finding a replacement egg immediately. He rides through the dark forest, searching for an eagle egg. Though he doesn't find any eggs, he hears a commotion in the distance. Investigating, he discovers the lifeless body of an ape, dressed in masks and armor. As he tries to understand what happened, his injured brother, Bro, appears and warns him that attackers are approaching. Before Noah can ask more, Bro succumbs to his injuries. Noah hides in a bush, as more apes arrive. Silva, the guerrilla commander of the masked apes, is furious upon seeing his fallen soldiers. He notices human blood on Bro's blanket, and realizes they were pursuing the girl who had escaped earlier. Silva finds Noah's horse, and uses an electrocution wand on it, hoping it will lead them to the village. When Noah returns, he is horrified to see his village in flames. The masked apes are capturing his clan members, and chanting for Caesar. In his panic, Noah climbs the burning scaffolding, to save his father, Koro. Silva spots him, and begins to follow. Despite his efforts, he cannot save Koro from Silva, who kills him brutally. Noah is thrown from the tower, losing consciousness. The next morning, he wakes up, amidst the ruins of his village. Heartbroken, he buries his father, and vows to avenge him. Determined to find his surviving clan members, he spots Koro's eagle, and follows it. He crosses the forbidden tunnel for the first time, and emerges into a world of towering abandoned human buildings. Despite the danger, he presses on, scavenging for food, and resting as he can. The next morning, Koro's eagle returns, and he tries to connect with it, using his father's chant. The eagle rejects him, scratching his arm, before flying away. He chases the bird into the dense forest, and stumbles upon smoke. As he approaches, he falls through a glass ceiling, into a trap. He escapes the trap, and meets Raka, a hidden orangutan. Initially mistaking Noah for a masked soldier, due to the electrocution stick he's carrying, Raka soon learns he is not an enemy. Raka explains his own tribe was destroyed by the masked apes, and he survived by hiding underground, where he has built a hidden settlement. Afterwards, Raka shows him his collection of books, a marvel to the young ape, who has never seen anything like them. Raka explains that he is a member of the Order of Caesar, an ancient group dedicated to the teachings of the true Caesar. These teachings form the basis of many laws in ape society, but Raka reveals he is the last surviving member of the order. The masked apes, who claim to follow Caesar's teachings, are actually serving a tyrant, Proximus Caesar, who has twisted these teachings, to justify his own brutal laws. He shares that the real Caesar was a champion of ape unity and strength, and once envisioned a world where humans and apes coexist peacefully. Moved by the story, Noah agrees to let him help in finding his clan. They pack their essentials and leave the settlement. As night falls, they set up camp and scavenge for food. Suddenly, the girl from earlier appears and steals 2 fruits. Noah is about to react angrily, but Raka stops him, explaining that the girl is simply hungry. Raka asks him to give her a blanket for warmth, initially reluctant, because the blanket belonged to his mother, and he fears he may never see her again. Noah is swayed by Raka's discussion on Caesar's teachings about compassion. He gives the girl the blanket, and Raka names her Nova, after a human friend of Caesar's. Later at night, they find an observatory. Noah looks at the stars through a telescope, and Nova joins him, amazed by the sight. The next day, as they continue their journey, Nova decides to follow them. They come across a lake, where zebras drink and bathe. The sight of primitive humans by the water brings Nova to tears, realizing how much humanity has evolved. Raka gives Noah a locket with Caesar's symbol, advising him to follow Caesar's true teachings. Soon after, Silva and his army arrive at the lake, and begin capturing humans for sport. They spot Nova hiding behind Raka, and try to reach her. Just in time, Noah arrives on his horse, and escorts Nova and Raka away from danger. Safe for the moment, Noah observes Nova closely, and mentions to Raka that she can speak. Raka is skeptical, believing humans cannot speak, but Nova surprises them by introducing herself as May. May offers to guide Noah to his tribe, who she claims are being held captive. At night, as others rest, Noah repairs the electrocution stick he salvaged from his village. The next morning, May leads them to a torrential river they must cross, via a shaky wooden bridge. Noah hesitates, but May insists it's the only way to reach Silva's camp. As they attempt to cross, Silva and his apes appear, and corner them. During the chaos, May gets tangled in a net below the bridge, while Raka is swept away by the river's strong current. He tries to climb back up, but is captured by Silva. Just as the net is cut, Raka reminds Noah of Caesar's creed, apes together strong, before being carried away by the river. Silva takes Noah and May to his camp, which is located on a rusted ship by the shore, next to a massive vault that Proximus Caesar has been trying to open. There, Noah is joyfully reunited with his mother, Sona, and Anaya. They embrace and weep, with relief at their reunion after so much suffering. May is taken to a room, where she meets Trevathan, a human who, like her, can speak. Trevathan reveals he has willingly aligned himself with Proximus Caesar, believing humanity's dominance is over. He has created the electrocution stick, and reads history books to Proximus, through which the tyrant has distorted Caesar's teachings. Proximus and his apes are currently trying to open a vault, left by humans centuries ago. Despite their efforts with gunpowder and chains, the vault remains sealed. Trevathan warns May, if Proximus succeeds in opening the vault, he will use its technology and weapons to establish an ape empire, and wipe out the remaining humans. Later, Proximus invites Noah and May to dinner, where he speaks of using the vault's technology, to elevate apes to human-like capabilities. He also tries to convince Noah of the threat humans pose. Proximus wants Noah to repair the electrocution stick, and demands May reveal her plan. May refuses to speak, and Noah claims she told him nothing. After dinner, Noah is disheartened, and speaks to his father's eagle, feeling uncertain about rescuing his tribe. The eagle's presence and Raka's necklace inspire him to remember Caesar's teachings, and reaffirm his resolve. The eagle, sensing his determination, perches on his hand, ready to help. Later, he confronts May about her intentions. She admits she is searching for a book that could restore humans' ability to speak. The book is crucial, because a virus created by humans once gave apes their intelligence, but took away human speech. She acknowledges the importance of teamwork, and reveals she knows the way to the vault. The next day, they climb the hill to the vault, with the plan to sabotage it, by getting its contents wet. As they work, Trevathan discovers their plan, and warns them it's futile. May tries to persuade him to join them, but he has lost faith in humanity. He decides to inform Proximus of their plan, prompting May to strangle him, and dispose of his body in the water. Noah and the group plant explosives around the dam, and reach the vault. Inside, May finds the book, which turns out to be a key to activate a satellite system. As they explore the vault, they see disturbing images of humans imprisoning apes, shattering Noah's belief in peaceful coexistence. The group is interrupted by Proximus's apes. May manages to kill Proximus's lieutenant, with a gun she found, and detonates the explosives. The resulting flood causes chaos, as Proximus's apes scramble to escape, and the Eagle clan begins to climb to safety. In the ensuing battle, Silva pursues Noah, but the young ape narrowly escapes, through a narrow gap between the pipes, while Silva gets stuck, and drowns. Noah survives, and reunites with his clan, only to be attacked by Proximus, who beats him severely, and tries to force the apes to bow to him. In a final act of defiance, Noah chants a song. His clan joins in, summoning their eagles, which attack Proximus. Koro's son Eagle delivers the final blow, sending Proximus to his death. With Proximus defeated, Noah leads his tribe back to their village, to rebuild. A few days later, May comes to say goodbye. Noah expresses doubt about humanity, echoing Proximus's belief, humans might always serve their own interests. May admits her goal is to help humans reclaim their planet, but Noah questions what that means for apes. He recalls Raka's dream of peaceful coexistence, and wonders if it can ever be achieved. May, moved by Noah's words, puts away the gun she intended to use on him, recognizing his intelligence and potential, to protect the ape kingdom. He gives her the locket with Caesar's mark, reminding her of its significance. She accepts the gift, and heads to a satellite station, where she meets Karina, and hands over the deciphering key. The team uses it to activate a network of satellites, contacting human survivors worldwide. Noah and Sona are at the observatory, gazing at the wonders of the sky through a telescope, symbolizing hope for a future, where apes and humans might find a way to coexist peacefully. The end. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this. Turn on the notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out.